know this was Meg Thee Stallion. I don't be knowing this Meg Thee Stallion if she's not doing certain things. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you.
Oh my God!
I don't know if it's her, if she's not dancing, or if I don't see a wide shot Meg Thee Stallion. I don't know it's Meg Thee Stallion because he's supposed to be, to a certain degree. I don't like when celebrities come online like barefaced because I feel like you're trying to flex. I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I'm cute with no makeup on. Which again, I get it. You're on live. It's a candid video. But then a person like me gets a little bit confused. But also Klay Thompson, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I talked to the rest of the council of the council of light skinned kings. You are pushing it, my boy. All right, you are not representing light skinned niggas good at all. All right, you're getting awfully close to Joe Budden territory. Joe Budden is still one of the light skinned kings. All right, he's one, but he's like an underground lord. All right, he's like an underground lord. He's like an underlord, a dark lord, some kind of. I want to say slum lord, but it doesn't really apply. But anyway, but back to Klay Thompson, fam. This is Meg Thee Stallion. Okay, you don't give her a bouquet of roses. If like, you give her a piece of your mind, you give her a bouquet of roses.
I'm sorry I was late, babe. Damn it. I'm sorry. I thought I timed it well. I'm sorry. There's no excuse.
It's no excuse.
One slice of bread. Roses for my boo.
Fam, I don't know if this is like some weird TikTok content, because maybe this is TikTok content. Maybe this is content creation. Someone let me know. You know what I'm saying? Because you know I ain't never been happy.
Bitch.
What?
Bitch, I ain't never been happy.
I don't know what's going on here. First and foremost, first of all, you're a celebrity. Why are you picking up from the airport? That's one. Two. Why is she in the back seat? That's what I'm saying. Is this some kind? First of all, I don't believe any of this is real. I'm starting to really understand. I keep forgetting. It's been a minute since I covered this story, and I keep forgetting that this isn't real. First of all, nothing with Meg Thee Stallion is real. Like Meg Thee Stallion is like the ultimate. How can I say like it's almost like watching. She's like a fictional character. Nothing she does sticks. Like she doesn't face any consequences for anything. Like even like not being a good rapper, like she doesn't get to face the consequences. No, I'm lying. She kind of is facing the consequences of being a bad rapper now. But for the most part, look how long she got away with this shit. But what people? Well, I'm gonna speak to the tweet right here. 'Cause I saw the shit online. Right, the person online said, and you can see it right here on the bottom right, and they say, dating a man like. Dating a man like this changes the brain chemistry for the better. So again, I know this is very hard to understand. This is angering for a lot of you men out there. Okay, it depends on what phase you in right now. I'm in a phase of peace. All right, I have subscribed to the free agent lifestyle. Your boy chilling. I am happy and peaceful. Matter of fact, hold on. That's the sound of no one complaining in my space. A lot of you niggas, let me tell you something right now. If I wanted to put Full Metal Alchemist posters up, if I wanted to put Dragon Ball Z posters up, if I wanted to put up Hello Kitty posters, no one can stop me. Not even Thanos. You know what I'm saying? No one can stop me.
In the church, it's not just for me, it's for the church, it's for us.
Can we drive it?
No.
God wouldn't want that in Jesus' name.
Anyway, so it's like Meg Thee Stallion doesn't have to face any consequences, and it's almost like things need to go a certain way to make sure the Meg Thee Stallion show keeps going. Meg Thee Stallion is a social experiment gone wrong. Meg Thee Stallion is literally the rap She-Hulk. You ever seen She-Hulk? She is the worst, literally the worst written Marvel character of all time, probably. And it gave this janky broad a show. You never even tested this character to find out, does anyone actually care for a She-Hulk show? You just said, fuck that. Fuck everyone else. Black Panther can't get no show. Spider-Man can't get no show. But She-Hulk can get a show. All right? That's that DEI shit. Or D-I-E? D-E-I? D-E-I. And Megan is living on fantasy DEI mode. D-E-I. Not D-I-E. DEI. Sorry. So it's a weird thing to say in terms of the sounds. You know what I'm saying? You know they fucking they got
Goddamn, nigga, goddamn. I used to look.
But let's speak to why these individuals respond this way. For the men out there, like I said before, to help you understand this, you have to see all the parallels between how women think and how children think in terms of maturity. And to help you understand it, I want you to think about how serious did you take things when you were 14, 15 years old, and there was the limit to how seriously you could take things because you haven't developed the empathy and the compassion for other people. That comes through experience, and it's a process. All right, your brain goes through different levels of development, and also if you don't go through certain have certain life events, your brain will automatically not go through certain levels of development. Like you will not mature to the next level if you're not forced to use your brain in a certain kind of way. That's really how we like push people's minds forward. You know what I mean? If you really think about it, the average 12th grader is smarter than so many previous generations of people in terms of education. You know what I'm saying, if you think about someone from the 20th century, early 20th century, in terms of the kind of education you could expect someone to have, it was very common for someone to say, or for you to have a grandparent that said that you stopped going to school in 3rd grade or stopped going to school in 4th grade, and that was legal back then. If a child just stopped going to school, that was legal. That was perfectly fine. If he said, "You know what? I'm leaving elementary school and I'm going down to the mill, the factory, going down there to lose some fingers." Little kids was losing fingers back then, man. They had little kids in factories back then. Shit was crazy, man. Everybody get their rap on.
So everybody go get your rap on.
Something I heard CGA say during his debate with Andrew Wilson, and the thing he said was, when we talk about making relationships and marriages the way it was in a different time, we have to kind of also consider everything else that was going on. And we have this thing where we think that we can take life a la carte. And we can say, okay, I like this, I like this, I like this, but totally ignore the things that come with that. So, for example, let's just say I wish I were rich and famous. One side effect, or when if I'm rich and famous, the rich part will make it to where I don't have to worry about money. The rich part makes it to where I have money for entertainment, money to enjoy life. But famous is what comes with rich, right? Or you could say famous is a byproduct, right? So famous will mean that, hey, if someone doesn't like you, they know where you are all the time. You know what I'm saying? They can actually find you out and about, right? More people who don't like you know who you are. So, you know, you have that, right? Also, when you go to stores, no, you can't just sit down and go to the store. I'm sorry, you can't sit down and eat. People may come up to you and ask for a picture. People want to engage you and talk to you all the time when you're famous. That's what comes with it. So that's kind of how I see it. And that was an argument that CGA made about, you know, when men talk about these traditional marriages. And me personally, I think that men, we're going to have to figure things out and rejigger this whole thing and decide, okay, this is what we're looking for. This is what needs to happen. This is the criteria. Because for the most part, men have lost all criteria to the point where society thinks that there's certain things that if you see it visually, it communicates certain things about their relationship. So, for example, the Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion relationship, right? One of the reasons that women think that this is a good relationship is because she looks happy. But in general, if the woman looks happy, the guy could be real laid back and unemotional and kind of just there. If the woman is smiling a whole lot, universally on the outside looking in aesthetically, that's seen as, okay, they have a good relationship because she seems like she's really in love with him and she seems really happy. And that's how people gauge it. Whereas if the dude was look really happy with her all the time, excuse me, and she kind of just there, or she kind of just, you know, just kind of receives him, kind of like how Russell Wilson and Sierra are. I'm not saying that they don't like one another, I'm not saying she don't want him, but she doesn't make, you guys are on camera, you guys are on the world stage. I think she's very laid back about him. She never there's no clips online of Sierra talking about Russell Wilson in a way that makes you say, yo, I wish I had a pretty girl or a beautiful woman to talk about me in that same way. Or I wish there was someone who looked at me that same way. I was listening to this Zayn song, and the lyrics to the song, they're saying, I wish I could send you my love. All right, I'm guessing it's about a long distance love. The person's far away, right? But you can hear the intention, and matter of fact, you can hear the eloquent expression of the feels that these young ladies have for the men that they're talking about. And I'm not saying that there's no romance and R&B at all in 2025, but when I hear these girls sing, listen, all of the popular R&B singers, I'm afraid of them. Now, again, celebrities have always been crazy, but every man can admit, yo, if you have any kind of sense, you are afraid of a girl who looks like Summer Walker. You know what I'm saying? And all right, we back to it. So overall, the reason why, all these Keishas, and these feminist-minded girls, they love this kind of shit because, for the most part, it represents a way of life that will allow them to keep making bad decisions. Will allow them to not have to follow no kind of rules, no kind of structure. Because you got to realize that women in their minds, I won't say they thrive in chaos, but they enjoy chaos, and chaos is where they have the most power. Like women and children mostly only have power and status in chaos, right? Like if you think about like a neighborhood, right? If you think about like a suburb, there's no way a 16-year-old boy or boy that's under 18 can like take control of a suburban block or can like do what he wants on this block and nothing's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Why? Because it's the suburbs. There's also men there who are in those houses and those men have firearms, right? Or he wouldn't be able to terrorize the neighborhood. Matter of fact, because at some point the cops are going to come, and also those men in those houses are going to defend their houses, all right? Because again, a lot of niggas don't know this, but it's normal for men who have homes and families that have firearms in the home, all right? Hey, hold on, make sure that I'm on the right mic before I keep going further. All right, cool. So that's a normal thing. Whereas in the hood, a young boy and a few of his friends or a group of young men could single-handedly terrorize the whole neighborhood. They could be vandalizing cars, breaking into cars, breaking into people's houses and stuff like that. And it would just be hell to try to stop them, or it would take a long time or more of a concerted effort. Whereas like that shit's not going to happen in the suburbs because there's more order in the suburbs, right? So anywho, so I wanted to touch on that real quick. So we got that out the way. Let's see what else we got here, man. I know I had a few of the things that I ain't really talk about yet. Let's see what we got. Fuck it. We can start. We can start from over here, man. Let's see what we got, man. We can start from down here, I think. You know what? Real quick, let's go ahead and get into women and their baby daddies, okay?
This we're being here for the kids.